Welcome back to Net Time. First of all, a slight apology. I had said earlier, I think it was the last episode, something about we were going to do this every week. Yeah, I already lied on that one. Sorry. We're in a whole lot of games the very first night of the season, but we'll start with one of those from that opening night. Ponca with a really nice 3-set sweep over Wayne. And Ponca was one of those teams I felt like they would be in a little bit of a rebuilding mode, but they may not step back quite as much as people might have thought. Josie Reed is a 5'10 freshman hitter, already one of the team leaders in kills, but really Ponca is just a very balanced team. Look for Ponca really to maybe be one of those teams to watch later on in the year in Class C2. Most of the teams got going on Thursday night. We'll start here in town with Norfolk High with the nice win over Fremont. They were up 2-0, lost the next two, and then won the 5th set 19-17. Came back though and dropped all 4 matches at a tournament over in Beatrice for a 1-4 start to the season. Also on that first Thursday night, Cedar Catholic was at a triangular over at Humphrey St. Francis. Humphrey St. Francis with a 2-1 start to the season. That one loss though was a real quick sweep against Cedar Catholic. Battle Creek 1-2 start to the season with 2 very close losses. The biggest thing though for Hartington Cedar Catholic, they lost to Battle Creek multiple times the previous year, and that was one thing Coach Danae Buss talked about as far as, maybe getting that kind of monkey off their back.
And we know that Battle Creek is very good, and they beat us 3 times last year, so we wanted to come out strong against them. And really, once Battle Creek plays fast, and we like to play fast, so we just kept going for us.
Taking a look at some of the tournaments over the past weekend, North Bend Central with a 5-0 start to the season. They won the Northeast Nebraska Classic, starting off with a very convincing sweep of Guardian Angel Central Catholic on Thursday night. They also beat Wayne, Wisner Pilger, and Fremont Bergen in what basically amounted to be a championship game. North Bend Central was 28-2 going into the state tournament a year ago, and they're kind of on that same pace again this year. Also at that Northeast Nebraska Classic, Lutheran High got off to a 3-2 start to the season with a relatively inexperienced team beat Guardian Angel Central Catholic in straight sets on Saturday with losses to Fremont Bergen, to Takema Herman, a couple of pretty quality teams. Guardian Angel Central Catholic preseason #1 in Class D, they showed they're going to have a little bit of growing pains this year. New coach, quite a few new players. That might open the door for teams like Elgin Public, Pope John, North Central, all 2-0 starts to the season. Ewing might be another team to watch. They're 2-0 to start the year, got a couple of new players, a lot of experience on that team, some height, which you don't see a whole lot of in Class D2. Just one more tournament to look at from this past weekend, the Columbus SCOTUS Invite. Stanton, which was a preseason #1, was upset by the hosts. That opened the door for Hartington Cedar Catholic, who beat Wahoo Newman in 3 sets. Stanton, they ended up beating Norfolk Catholic for 5th place in that tournament, and Norfolk Catholic's only other loss in that tournament was to Wahoo Newman. So really the Knights getting off to a really tough start as far as the schedule is concerned, and they'll play Lutheran High Northeast on Tuesday night. We'll look at a few more matches going into the next week. For all of us here at Net Time, I'm Nick Bench. Thank you for watching.